What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over my weekly rotation for this past week. This past week, I did go to Florida, so there is going to be some repetitiveness, but this is an interesting week. So on Sunday, I did wear Sauvage Parfum. This was my first wearing a Sauvage Parfum, almost down to finishing the wear for all of them. I don't think I enjoy the dry down as much in the Parfum compared to the other ones. Especially Eau Forte's dry down is really nice. Actually, maybe I prefer it more than the Eau de Toilettes, but like the deep dry down when it's becoming a skin scent, that's kind of where, not that it falls apart, but slightly when you go and try to smell it up on skin. So again, nothing wrong with Sauvage. I actually really enjoy the Sauvage line, but I'm talking about like the deep dry down, like 11 to 12 hours into the fragrance. That's when it falls apart a little bit. Eau Forte doesn't have that problem, and the Elixir don't have that problem on me. Eau de Toilette and the Parfum do. I have to wear the Eau de Parfum just because it's been a while since I've worn it, but that'll be the last one that I'll rank my Sauvages. Then on Monday, it was a little bit of a cooler day. I went with Kofton. YSL's discontinued from their their private line. Forgot what their private line's called, but this is their discontinued one. This one is good, but it doesn't make me feel like I need a bottle of it. So even though it's a discontinued fragrance, not exactly too sure how hard it is to find. But if you do find it, I'm assuming it's going to be really overpriced. But yeah, this is a fragrance that I wore. I thought it was okay. I might have to give it another wearing, maybe a few more wearings to see if I fall in love with it. But just as in my first wearing of it, I didn't fall in love with it. Smells like something I smelled before, or that I used to own before. I don't remember what the name of the fragrance was, but I used to wear this fragrance a lot. But yeah, I mean, it's not a must-have for me, just because it's a fragrance that, like I said, I used to wear something similar to it before, but it's not, that crazy to me that I need to, overspend on a bottle for a discontinued fragrance from YSL. Then on Tuesday, I went ahead and tried out my decant of Labos Another 13, and that was just compliments all day. Lots of compliments, even like later on in the day. Lots of compliments from people that I normally don't even get compliments from. It was compliment machine is what it is, even though I could barely smell it. I'm starting to be able to smell it a bit more now, like right now smelling it off the atomizer. What I get is a slight sandalwoodiness, slight nail polish vibe, but not in a bad way. I actually don't mind the smell of it. But yeah, another 13 compliment monster projector. That is a monster, but it's not something that it's going to offend people either. I think this is my theory, at least. At least I'm starting to be able to smell it a bit more. What I think is it's a scent that smells good, but they could barely smell it. So it intrigues someone to want to try and smell it again. If they do smell it again, it smells nice again. But I don't think it's like a fragrance that's like constantly, maybe like an Invictus fragrance that's punching somebody in the nose, no matter what kind of vicinity you're in. It's there. This one kind of like comes and goes. At least that's my opinion on this fragrance. At least, I could see that happening unless someone can consistently smell this fragrance a lot. I'm not too sure if you can get your nose trained to that. I think you can, but I'm not too sure. Like right now I can smell it, but if I spray this on and I wear it, well, that's actually a lie because I started wearing it. I wore it one more time in this week and I was actually able to smell it a bit more. But yeah, we'll get back to this one. Then Wednesday, a few more compliments at work. I went with Tuxedo. I was surprised with the compliment. Not exactly what the person said, but it was just how far the person was and smelled it. I'm not sure if it's because I've owned Tuxedo for a while now, that maybe it macerated and now it has better projection. I never thought Tuxedo had too much projection, but I would say this guy was maybe like 10 feet away. Maybe it was just a central because I walked and he kind of like, so I was walking straight after I passed. He walked by, and he smelled, like he said, it smelled really good and asked me what I was wearing. That's what I told him, YSL, or like tuxedo. And this was at the point that I went completely nose blind to the scent, so I didn't even know I still had it on. It was pretty late. I would say maybe like 9 hours into my day. So yeah, surprising compliment from Tuxedo, especially if, not that I think it's not a good performing fragrance, but I normally thought it was a smaller sillage that it had, but I guess it just has a really good scent trail. But yeah, when you do spray like Tuxedo on, there is a pretty strong oily base on your skin when you do. Then Thursday, flew to Florida. So my scent for the airport was Le Labo's Another 13. So this was another day of just compliments. This wasn't at work. This was through the airport. TSA gave me a compliment. Flight attendants gave me a compliment. My mom, when I got there and she picked me up, gave me a compliment. There was this person at the airport. I was at the Coffee Bean, I think it was. Yeah, I think it's Coffee Bean. In the Buffalo airport, grabbing a coffee, got another compliment there. I think this is now my most complimented fragrance, and I don't even own the bottle, and this has been from 2 wearings. Before that, my most complimented fragrance was Imagination, but this does something to people that compliment Machine for sure. Again, I'm still not sure about picking up a bottle just because I can't smell it. But this last time that I did wear, I was able to smell it more. So before I run out of this decant, I might purchase Juliet's. Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume, which is apparently really similar to this. Just to try it out side by side to see. This is Another 13 is a really difficult fragrance to find on discounters. And once they get restocked, they're out quick. So it's probably a fragrance you might have to go retail with. If I fall in love with the fragrance, how other people really smell it, I wouldn't mind spending money on a full bottle. But since I could only barely smell it as of right now, not committing to a full bottle, just going to keep on wearing it, trying to train my nose to try and smell it. I'm going to get the Juliet Has a Gun fragrance to see how similar it is, and maybe you guys can save money buying the Juliet Has a Gun fragrance compared to Another 13, which I think Another 13 goes to retails in the 300s for an 100 ml bottle. So I'll probably have to check that out. I'm curious. I've smelled that fragrance before. I remember liking it. So that means I can smell that one. I just have to come back around and actually buy a bottle, give it a few wearings, and see if it's similar and how similar it is to Another 13. Then on Friday and Saturday, I was in Florida. I was shooting pictures for a wedding. So, I decided to go. I only had one scent with me. I only had one bag. It was a quick trip. It was only 3 days. And I just got back home today, Sunday morning. And I went with Vetiver Parfum by Guerlain. And I was enjoying every wearing of this. But even though I was really enjoying the fragrance, I realized I can't be a signature scent kind of guy anymore. I wore it Thursday. After I got to Florida, I was wearing Another 13, but showered, went to go do something else at night. Then Friday and Saturday, what's it called? Friday, Saturday, wore it. So Friday was the wedding. No, I wore this on Friday. Friday, I just went out with my mom and I don't remember what I did on Friday. Not much. I think I just hung out with my mom. And then Saturday was a wedding. Wore this. No performance issues here. Summer in Florida, it was in the 90s. I was outside. It was an outdoor wedding, and then the reception was, I think it's called, I think the reception. Yeah, the reception was inside. But yeah, this is what I wore. Smelled good. Not too calling for the heat either, so that's something I really enjoyed. And I do have a Guerlain that's on the way that I've been wanting to get for a while, and I will test it out. Hopefully it's a legit bottle when I get it. I didn't spend too much money on it. Nothing too crazy, at least something I was comfortable with spending, especially on a Guerlain fragrance. But it is a discontinued one that's coming. That's just a heads up. And then for the next video, tomorrow's video, I did get another fragrance in. It's going to be Harding de Amalfi. Creed's Harding de Amalfi by Creed. And this is obviously from their higher end line. So that's going to be tomorrow's video, talking about this fragrance. But yeah, I still got a few things that I have to wear. I still got to wear, I think I wore Cabane last week. I'm not too sure though. Whew. Or maybe I haven't. I'm not too, I have no idea. I think I did. I think I've worn Cabane, but I'm not too sure. I got to wear Purpose. I have it here. I actually got it the day I was going on the flight to Florida. I was thinking about it when I got to Florida, because even though I had another 13 on, I still had the spray of this on my wrist, and I showered and it was still there. And that's another thing with another 13. I think I only got it on clothes, but like maybe a little bit. I think it was like either the collar or something. I washed the shirt and it was still there. I could still smell the fragrance. This is another one that I took a shower, tried scrubbing it off, still there. I was there until the next day, which is insane. And this is me trying to scrub it off, not in a bad way. I was just trying to take it off my skin just because I'm wearing something else. But I need to try this one. I need to give it a wearing. Opening's a little rough, but it dried down to Declaration by Cartier's Eau de Toilette, which is a fragrance I really do enjoy. At least when I was wearing it on skin, that's what I started with, getting whiffs of. But yeah, just wait until the next video, and then hopefully in the next weekly rotation you'll see the 2 fragrances I mentioned, and maybe some more depending on what comes in this week. But that is all I have for you guys. Let me know what your weekly rotation was for this week. I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one, guys.